Hey friends, welcome back. We have another 45-minute practice today that will focus on the muscles surrounding and supporting the hip joints. This is a style of class I do get requests for quite a bit, so I'm so happy to be able to guide you through a couple of these through our quarantine time together. So we'll start the practice today in a supine position, so you can come all the way onto your back. Settle in slowly with your feet rooted flat to start. Knees point up towards the ceiling. Draw your left hand to your heart and your right hand to your belly. And as you sink into the first few moments of the practice today, check in with how you feel. Whether you have been following along to these classes for the last few days or you're choosing this practice to begin your journey back onto your mat, there's always this invitation to honor where you're at now. Practice that's focused around the lower body, the muscles that tend to clench up around the hip joints can often also support you in creating some awareness as to how you feel energetically and emotionally. So as we create really fluid transitions with the breath and the body today, I invite you to be open to whatever comes up for you in maybe not just a physical way, but an emotional, mental, maybe even spiritual way today. Know that you are safe in the space you've carved out for your practice, and that your breath will guide you through whatever does come up. And know that you can take breaks, you can pause at any point along the way. On your next breath, slowly draw your knees in towards your chest as you give yourself a big hug in. And with your knees in towards your chest, can you rock from side to side? Soften the muscles in your lower back. And then send your legs up towards the ceiling. Legs reach up and fingertips reach up as well. You can roll a few times into your wrists and your ankles as you awaken the maybe smaller areas of the body, the small joints in your wrists and ankles. Then draw your right knee in towards your chest as you lower your left foot back down to your mat. And take a soft rock of your right knee from side to side. There's this gentle massage of the hip flexor muscles on the right side. Figure 4, cross your right ankle over your left thigh. Use your right palm to gently guide your right knee away from your body. And pause for a moment as you just check in with how the body adjusts into that shape. You're welcome to stay or thread the needle. Take your right hand between your thighs. There's a soft grip on the top of your left shin, the back of your left quad. Or extend your left leg straight and land the soft grip on the back of your left calf. I encourage you to be curious in this shape as you rock from side to side. There might be an area or a variation of the shape that you land in that creates a bit of sensation. You can pause there and hold. Use your breath to slowly soften the area that might be resisting. And eventually you'll land back through center. Keep the figure 4 shape with your legs, but lower your left foot back down to the mat. Slowly lower your left knee and your right foot over to the left side of your space. You might take your left hand to your right foot, energetically send your right knee away from your body. You can open your right arm to a cactus or a T and allow your gaze to fall over your right shoulder. There might be similar sensation in the outer line of your right hip. And you use your breath as a tool to work through the resistance, work through whatever blockage you may feel through that area. Next, inhale, guide your gaze back through center. Your lower body will meet back through center. Left foot to the mat, right foot to the mat. Feel that slight flush along the right side. And with both arms in a cactus or T, can you windshield wiper your knees from side to side? Allow the knees to fall from right to left. Slowly come back through center, both feet land on the mat. And before we set up for the other side, can you bring your arms alongside your body, graze your heels? Inhale, breath, press into both feet as you lift your hips up towards the ceiling, opening up through the front line of both hips. Slowly with your exhale breath, lower back down to the mat. Again, flow with your breath. Inhale, lift your hips, gaze down your midline, and exhale, slow lower. 3 more like that. Inhale, lift, and exhale, lower. 2 more. Inhale, lift, and exhale, lower. 1 more big inhale, breath, lift. You might pause for a moment or 2 at the top, squeeze your glutes, and exhale, slow, lower, up. Right foot stays rooted on your mat. Draw your left knee in towards your chest, and like you did on the other side, there's a gentle rock of your knee from side to side. Massaging the muscles on the left side this time. Breathe through the gentle compression. And meet with your left ankle over your right thigh. Use your left palm to slowly guide your left knee away from your body. Pause for a moment as you settle into the shift in the shape of your hips. You can stay here or thread the needle. Right knee will slowly draw in towards your chest. Your lower back may settle down to the mat. The left hand can thread through the thighs to settle into your interlace grip, whether that's on the front of the right shin, back of your right quad, or extend your right leg long. No right or wrong. You take the variation of this shape that creates meaningful sensation for you. There's this balance of effort and ease, even in these poses that feel more restorative. Energetically, can you draw your right knee towards your body more and send your left knee away and feel the opening along the outer left thigh and glute. Squeeze in a little bit tighter and exhale, slowly soften. Right foot to the mat, keep your figure 4 shape. Left foot and right knee will fall to the right this time. Keep sending your left knee away from your body. Your right hand can serve as an anchor on your left foot, and left arm can open to a cactus or a T. Gaze over your left shoulder. Notice if the shoulders are creeping up towards your ears. Feel a soft melt down and away. And as we breathe through the resistance along the left side, can you also soften into areas of the body that are holding tension without your awareness? So again, that's the shoulders, maybe the grip you have on your left foot. Maybe there's some gripping into the quads or even your left toes on the mat. Take a couple more rounds of breath. Inhale, draw your way back through center. Gaze meets center, lower body meets center, and then both feet meet the mat. Windshield wiper one more time, knees fall right and left. And we'll meet with knees in towards the chest once more. Another squeeze in. Take your hands to the back of your thighs and rock and roll back and forth 2, 3, 4 times to come all the way up to an easy seat. Facing the top of your mat, or you can turn to the long edge of your mat. Extend your right leg long out to the right side of your space with the sole of your left foot to your inner thigh. Inhale, breath. Reach your arms up overhead. As you exhale, can you drop your right arm to the top of your right leg or to the inner line of your right leg as your left fingertips reach up and over. We invite an opening along the outer left line of the body. Your inhale to lengthen from your waist and your exhale to reach. And as we flow with breath, inhale, come back up through center and then all the way through so your left hand meets the space in behind your left hip. Root into your left shin, your right foot, and sweep your right fingertips up and over for a rock star shape. Exhale, breath, lower your hips down to the mat. Come all the way into your lateral, your side stretch. Inhale, come up through center, left palm to the mat, right fingertips reach up and over. 3 more like that with your breath. Exhale, hinge over right side. Inhale, come up, left palm down, right arm will sweep up, open up through your hips. Take 2 more with your breath. Exhale, hinge right. Inhale, open up, squeeze your glutes, lift your hips. 1 more time, just because it feels good. Exhale, side bend. And inhale, open all the way back up. Slowly lower back down. Bring your hands behind you, and like you did on your back, both feet flat, windshield wiper, knees fall from right to left. A couple of times, invite some balance, symmetry into the lower body. Bound angle pose, soles of your feet together, knees open up to either side of your space. Rest your hands on your feet, your ankles, or your shins. And take a gentle flutter like butterfly wings, a little flutter through the knees. You can maybe feel a slight softening and release in the hip flexor muscles, the inner line of the legs. Then inhale, tall spine, lift and lengthen. As you exhale, hinge forward over your feet. Focus on stabilizing through your sit bones. Inhale to lengthen along your spine, and your exhale breath to support you in a fold. 3 breaths together. Inhale, lengthen your spine. Exhale to fold. So from the side, maintain the long spine. 2 more. Inhale, lengthen, and exhale, fold. Maybe even more subtle. Inhale, lengthen, exhale, fold. Inhale, walk yourself back up through center, and we'll set up for our sequence on the other side. Right leg or left leg extends long, sole of your right foot to your inner left thigh. Anchor through your sit bones. Inhale, breath, reach your arms overhead, big stretch. Exhale, hinge to your left side. Left hand will meet the top of your thigh or the inner line of your leg. As your right fingertips reach up and over, peel your top shoulder more back. Keep your chest lifted. Let's add the movement with breath. Inhale brings you back through center. Right palm meets the mat. Press into your right shin, left foot, and sweep your left arm up and over. Tremendous opening through the front line of your body. Your exhale breath lowers you back down, left arm to your leg or mat, right fingertips reach up and over. Okay, you've got it. Inhale, right palm down, squeeze your glutes, lift your hips, reach to the space behind you. And exhale, hinge. Few more rounds with your breath. Allow your breath to initiate the transition, and there might even be a pause in between each section of your breath to really soak in the sensation. Inhale and exhale. Let's open up just one more time to our rock star shape. Inhale, big stretch, lift your hips, squeeze your glutes, and exhale, slow, lower. Take your hands behind you, both feet flat to the mat, windshield wiper your knees from side to side. Invite balance back in. And this time, take both legs out wide. Right and left leg extend. Heels root into your mat. Your toes flex up towards the ceiling. Give your shoulders a big roll. Grow nice and tall through your spine. And as you exhale, slowly walk your torso forward to a fold. And now focus less on how far you can fold the torso and more about creating the hinge from the hips and the sensation in the inner line of each leg. Just like we did in our butterfly or our bound angle shape, use your breath to support you in the fold. So as you inhale, lengthen along your spine. As you exhale, hinge forward, move into that new space. Inhale, breath again, lengthen. And exhale, hinge. Let's take 3 more together. Inhale, lengthen. Exhale, fold. Inhale, breath, lengthen. And exhale, fold. One more time. Inhale, breath, lengthen. And forward, fold, Slowly walk your hands back in towards your body. And before we add on, transition further, bring both hands flat to the mat. Both feet flat to the mat, and you'll want to walk your hands in so your wrists are below your shoulders and your heels are below your knees. Spread your fingertips wide, grip into your fingertips, and then inhale, reverse table. Press into your feet, your hands, squeeze your glutes, lift your hips. And as you exhale, slowly lower hips back down to your mat. Again, inhale, breath. Press into your feet, lift your hips, squeeze your glutes. And exhale, slow, lower. Can you try that 3 more times? Inhale, root through your palms, lift your hips. And exhale, slow, lower. 2 more with your breath. Inhale, lift. And exhale, lower. 1 more time. Let this feel really good. Inhale, press into your feet. Use your fingertips, squeeze your glutes, lift up. And exhale, slow, lower. Walk your feet in. Wrap your arms around your shins. Give yourself a big squeeze, big hug. Inhale draws you back up through center. Roll over your ankles, plant your hands tabletop. My favorite, cow cat. We'll move here for a few rounds of breath. Spread your fingertips wide, knees stack in below your hips. Inhale, let your belly fall, lift your hips, peel your shoulders back, chest gaze move through. Exhale, round navel to spine, chin to chest, dome across your back body. Inhale, breath, belly will fall, lift your hips, shoulders back. And exhale, round navel to spine, chin to chest. 1 more big breath together. Inhale, belly falls, lift your hips, gaze, chest move through, and exhale, round navel to spine, dome your back body. Feel that opening in the front line of your hips. And exhale, land back through neutral. On your inhale breath, can you slide your right palm forward slightly and send your left toes back behind you? Right toes tuck under, shift them behind you, open up to a modified side plank. Left arm will open up towards the ceiling. Roll your shoulder, left shoulder down and back. And as you anchor through your right palm, hover your left foot. Let's bind. Bend your left knee, reach back for the big toe edge, if you can, of your left foot. If the grip is not quite there, find an energetic kicking back, and maybe one day the bind will connect. But whatever variation of the shape you're in, hip bones move towards the left side of your space. If you have the bind, kick hard into your left hand. And see if you can lift your gaze and gaze up towards the ceiling as you anchor down through your right palm. Stay for one more inhale breath. As you exhale, come through center, bring your left hand down to the mat. Your right toes come back through center. Tent your fingertips and land your left foot at the top of your mat. Press into your left foot, tuck your right toes as you extend your right leg long behind you. Bring your right palm back onto the mat and reach your left arm up towards the sky. So you're in a twisted lunge shape. The upper body is not very different from the previous pose. So fire up the muscles that are supporting you here. Left hip draws back slightly, right hip will pull forward, gaze up towards the ceiling. Stay for your inhale breath. And as you exhale, slowly drop your left fingertips down to the mat. Find a bit of buoyancy in your back foot and step to the top of your mat. There's a forward fold. Inhale to halfway lift, lengthen along your spine. Exhale, forward fold, bend your knees a lot. Then inhale, rise all the way up to stand, full body stretch. Inhale, reach up, round back. And exhale, hands meet at heart center. Take your weight into your left foot and step your right foot towards the back of your mat. Sink deep into your left knee. There's a crescent lunge. Arms reach up and over. Roll your shoulders down away from your ears as you sink into your front knee. You're welcome to lower your right knee to the mat for an option of more support. And wherever you are, slowly take your hands to your lower back, interlace your grip. Roll your shoulders up towards your ears and slowly send your interlaced grip to your right heel. As you lift up through your chest, lift your gaze. Next inhale brings you back up through to crescent lunge, arms reach overhead. And as you exhale, bring your hands down to the mat. Palms are rooted, 3-leg down dog. Lift your left leg up and back behind you, bend your left knee and stack your hip. So first time in this shape, root through your palms, charge your right heel more down, and lift your left knee up towards the ceiling. See if you can gaze under your right armpit and maybe one day see your left heel. Rise up high onto your right toes, look forward, and land in pigeon pose. Left knee in behind left wrist as you extend your right leg long behind you. Walk your fingertips in towards your body, and we are going to flow with breath versus settle into a restorative variation of this shape just so we can keep the energy flowing. Tent your fingertips as you lift up tall through your upper body. As you exhale, slowly round your torso forward. Inhale, press into your fingertips, lift up, gaze up, look up. 3 more like that. Exhale to round forward. Inhale to rise up, soften into the outer left line. Exhale to round. Inhale to lift. One more time, slowly hinge forward. And inhale, rise up, pause and hold. Walk your hands back onto your mat. Tuck your right toes, root through the right toes, kick your left leg back up towards the ceiling, bend your knee and stack your hip. Second time in this shape, option 1, stay right here. We have done some work so far to open up the back bend, so if wild thing feels good for you now, come high onto your right toes, roll onto your right heel, and land your left toes to the mat. Press up through your hips, squeeze your glutes, gaze and fingertips reach towards the top of your space. You may wish to land both feet flat to the mat. Continue to root through your right palm, squeeze your glutes, lift your hips. Stay for an inhale breath. As you exhale, come back through center. Oops, left hand to the mat, left leg to the sky, downward facing dog. First downward dog of this practice where both palms are rooted, both feet are rooted. Pedal your knees, sway your hips, shake out your head. And then slowly lower to a child's pose. Knees out nice and wide, big toes together, lower down, forehead meets the mat, palms meet the mat. You have a few moments of breath to settle into this shape. Calm your breathing, reconnect to sensation in your body. You might sigh out through your mouth, release any heat that might be building or creating any uneasiness. Take an inhale breath where you are. Stay for your exhale. Tabletop as you inhale, root through your palms, rise up, knees stack in below your hips. Take a few cow-cat if you would like to reset the body. Inhale and exhale. Inhale, breath. And exhale. One more here if you are flowing through cow-cat. Let this feel good. Inhale and exhale. Slowly come back to your neutral tabletop position. Slide your left palm to the top of the mat now. Tuck your right toes or left toes and send your right leg back behind you. Right toes meet the mat, left toes tuck in behind you, modified side plank. Right arm up towards the ceiling. Slowly, you can stay right here or hover your right foot up, heel in line with hip. Option to explore the bind. Bend your right knee, reach back with your right hand for the big toe edge of your foot. Roll your right shoulder more back, lift your chest, lift your gaze. Now, whether you have the full bind or not, the goal is to send your hips towards the right side of your space to feel sensation through the front line. The leverage, if you do have the bind, you kick into your right foot more in towards the right palm to create a bit more space. Stay for one more inhale breath. Exhale, gaze down. Left toes come back through center. Tent your fingertips and land your right foot towards the top of your mat. Right foot will land as you shimmy, shimmy, shimmy your left toes back. Hover your left knee off the mat. Settle into the hips, but keep an inner thigh engagement. So your left hip draws forward, right hip pulls back. Left hand meets the mat, right arm will twist open. So similar sensation in the upper body as you found in your modified side plank. Left hip will pull forward, right hip will draw back. Lift your gaze up towards the ceiling while holding that foundation. Stay for one more inhale breath. On your exhale, fingertips meet the mat. Slowly shift forward and back. Step to the top of your mat, forward fold. Inhale to halfway lift, lengthen. Exhale, forward fold. Lift your sit bones up towards the ceiling. Inhale, reach up, grow tall, full body stretch. And exhale, hands meet at heart. Okay. From here, slowly step your left toes towards the back of your mat. There's your crescent lunge waiting for you. Right foot is forward, deep bend in your front knee. Squeeze into your strong left quad and glute. Inhale, arms reach up and over. Soften into your shoulders while maintaining a really strong foundation. Exhale, take your hands behind you, interlace the grip. Remember, you can lower your left knee at any point. Let's invite space for the back bend. Lift up through your chest and your knuckles towards your left heel. Core on, glutes are on. Keep reaching back as you lift up. Inhale will bring you back up through center, crescent lunge. Move with ease. Exhale, hands to the mat. Root through your palms, 3-leg down dog. Right leg to the sky. Bend your right knee. Lift your right knee up as you send your gaze under your left armpit. And maybe one day you see your right heel underneath the left side, but still anchored through both palms. Lift your right knee up high, come high on your left toes, look forward, pigeon pose. Right knee will land in behind your right wrist. Left leg will extend long behind you. Give your shoulders a big roll up and back down. Walk your fingertips in, and once again, we won't settle into a restorative pigeon shape, but create some fluid energy to Keep along this path. Inhale, lift up. Exhale, slow hinge forward. Inhale, breath, rise up. And exhale, hinge. Take 3 more with your breath. Inhale, lift. Exhale, hinge. 2 more. Inhale, lift. And exhale, hinge. 1 more for good luck. Inhale, lift. And enjoy that soft round forward. Come all the way back up. Anchor through both palms. Tuck your left toes. 1 more time, 3-leg down dog. Right leg high to the sky. Bend your right knee and stack your hip. Readjust yourself so you're stable on your mat. Option to stay right here, hold and breathe. Option 2, flip over to wild thing. Come high on your left toes. Left hand will slide forward just slightly as you extend your left leg long. Right toes meet the earth. Lift up through your hips, gaze fingertips, reach forward. There are a few different variations of this pose. So another option is to bring both feet flat to the mat, squeeze your glutes, lift your hips. Stay wherever you are for another round of breath or 2 more. Inhale and exhale. If you did flip, stay for an inhale. Exhale, come back through center, right palm to the mat, right leg to the sky. Downward facing dog. Pedal your knees, sway your hips. Child's pose. Lower down onto your knees, hips towards your heels, forehead to your mat. Surrender in. Really nice work, you guys. Take a few moments to catch your breath in child's pose. Reconnect to your breath. And on your next inhale, walk your hands in towards your body and you'll rise up onto your knees. Camel pose. So we've done a lot of work in the practice today to open up space in the front of the hips, as well as to explore some gentle back bend. Tuck your toes under if you feel like you need a little bit more support. If the ground below you is a bit uncomfortable on your knees, I like to roll my mat up to create a bit of extra padding. And we'll take 2 sets of our camel pose today. There's no rush to move into this space. Allow your breath to guide you towards an edge that feels safe in your body. Okay? So your hands to your lower back, fingertips are like they're sliding into jean pockets. Give your shoulders a big roll up and back. And slowly send your hips forward. Core is on. Lift up through your chest and allow your upper body to round back. Okay, for some of you, you might see the wall behind you. You're welcome to reach for your heels. See if you can reach the heel at the same time. Okay, each heel at the same time. Continue to send your hips forward. Use your glutes to support that opening through the front line. And next inhale, come back up through center. Find your gaze straight ahead. And then sit back, hips on heels. Rest your hands on your thighs. Give your shoulders a big roll. Allow that sensation to settle within your body. And let's take a second set. We'll see how that feels together. Rise up onto your knees. Option, toes tuck under, tops of your feet flat. Knees are hip distance or slightly wider. Sometimes wider knees can feel better on the lower back, so explore that for yourself. Squeeze into your glutes, activate up through your core, find a tall spine. Hands to your lower back, shoulders down and back. Inhale, lift up and start to slowly round back. Once again, we are not forcing or trying to achieve anything necessarily. It's this invitation to open up through the front line of the hips, create that length for the hip flexor muscles. Keep lifting up through your chest and know that you're only moving as far back as the breath is available. Okay, slowly, your inhale breath guides you back up through center. Catch your gaze straight ahead. Sit back, hips on heels. You can close down your eyes if that supports you in calming back down from that movement. And blink your eyes open. If you did roll up your mat, slowly roll it back out and land on your sit bones. Slowly take your legs out long in front of you, heels down, toes flex up towards the ceiling. You can bend your knees as much as you need to here. This will be a slow counter to the back bend. The back bends we found in camel. So lift up nice and tall through your spine, reach your arms overhead. And as you exhale, allow your torso to fold forward over your legs. See if you can find the pinky toe edge of each foot. Whether that means bending the knees more, maybe you can extend the legs. Use an inhale breath to lengthen along your spine and an exhale to fold. Inhale breath again, lengthen, exhale to fold. One more time, inhale, lengthen. Pause here and take your left hand to the pinky toe edge of your right foot and slowly sweep your right fingertips back behind you. So your spine is nice and tall, your chest is lifted. Now this might be where you stay, or slowly begin to lift your right heel away from the mat. So we invite this opening to the outer line of the right leg, all the way up towards the right glute. Gaze can extend over your right fingertips. See if you can anchor down more through your sit bones, soft bend in your left elbow. Stay for one more inhale breath. Slower than you want to, lower your right heel down to the mat. And try this on the other side. So your right hand will find the pinky toe edge of your left foot. Left fingertips will reach back behind you. Inhale, slowly start to lift your torso, shoulders over hips, as you also find the hover or the lift through the left heel. Okay, so as you kick through your left heel, notice the opening through the outer line of your left leg. You might need a slight shift of your left pinky toe out. Gaze can reach over your left fingertips, activate through your core, tall spine. Stay for one more inhale breath. And exhale slower than you want to. Lower your left heel down to the mat. One hand on each foot. You can uncross your wrists. Take another inhale, lengthen. Neutralize in a fold, forward fold. And then rise all the way up. Arms reach overhead. And exhale, hands land in beside you. Okay, you'll slowly lower onto your back. Lower one forearm at a time. Shoulder blades meet the mat. Bend your knees. Both feet land flat on your mat. Untuck your tailbone so that you can invite some length into your back body and draw your knees in towards your chest. A rock might feel good to continue the release. Happy baby pose. Take your knees to your armpits and stack your ankles up over your knees. There's a soft grip on the pinky toe edge, big toe edge at your calves or in behind your knees. Find the variation of this pose that feels good for you in this moment. A rock from side to side might feel good. Extend your left and then your right leg. Notice how the body feels as we start to come down from the work. Deep full breath in and out of your body as you begin to surrender back into self. You check back in with what it feels like to be in your body. And acknowledge whatever is kind of moving through you. Slowly lower your feet down to the mat. One leg at a time, your legs extend out long. You can rock your hips from side to side. Feel the opening through the front of your hips. And then bend back into your right knee, draw it towards the inner thigh of your left foot. Recline tree pose, your right knee will fall open to the right side of your space. Okay, the invitation here in this shape is to allow a complete surrender and softening into the glutes. The inner line of your right leg also has an opportunity to switch off. You can open up your arms to a cactus or a T, and it might feel comfortable to keep both hands resting on your hip bones. Okay, take a few deep rounds of breath, and with each exhale, can you soften into the areas that are gripping? The glutes, the quads. Maybe it's the shoulders, the face, the jaw. Allow yourself to sink into these sensations. The openness of the pose. The nurturing flow of your breath. Take in 2 more deep, full, honest breaths. Your next inhale, take your right hand to your outer right thigh, guide your knee back through center. Right leg will extend long to meet your left. Pause for a moment as you release that. Other side. Left knee will bend, left foot meets your mat. Slowly open your left knee to the side, sole of your left foot to your inner right thigh, recline tree. Cactus or to your arms, or find the palms in a comfortable place somewhere on your body where you can surrender in. Invite your full self to melt into every part of your body connected to the mat below. And with that sense of surrender, can you watch as the tension in your body slowly melts away? In the calf, the glutes, maybe any tension in the muscles along your spine, shoulders. There may even be tension in the thoughts that you can slowly soften into with each exhale breath. Two more deep, full breaths. And slowly take your left hand to your outer left thigh. Left knee will meet back through center. Extend your left leg long down the length of your mat. And your final pose, Shavasana, arms out, toes fall open, fully surrendering to your mat. Challenge yourself here today to stay in Shavasana for at least 10 of your own deep, full, complete breaths. I will leave you to close your practice here so that if you are still moving through some of your favorite poses or stretches, or you're taking the time now to be in Shavasana, you have the freedom of this time for yourself to close off your practice and move into your day, your evening ahead. Before I close off today's class, take a moment to silently thank yourself for showing up here again on your mat. Send out a silent thank you to the energy that is always moving around you. And thank you so much for trusting me in this practice, allowing me to guide you. Very, very, very loosely translated, the good and awesome in me acknowledges that in each and every one of you. Namaste. Thank you guys so much. Enjoy your Shavasana. I look forward to chatting, catching up with you all soon, and seeing you on your mat again tomorrow. Namaste.